welcome to your fairy blessings. I know I had to take an extra month off last month, and I am so sorry about that. But my doctor needed me to basically take the beginning of August off. And so I just decided to go ahead and post the fairy blessings for this month. So thank you to everybody who joined me. Also, FYI, if you would like 3 free minutes with me for a reading, please contact me in the email description box down below, and you will get a link on scheduling. You can chat me or call me. I will only be sharing that link if you were to email me. So just FYI. Also, for anyone who is seeing this and you are a keen client, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy this little free this is actually new. I've been doing this for the last couple of months, but this is new for Keen. So I just wanted to say I hope you guys enjoy this. I actually do work with the Fae in my personal practice, and they are a part of my ancestry in terms of where I come from. So they're very sacred to me. They're very special. And for anybody who is wondering what I'm talking about, and you're new to this, I read the Fae Blessing cards. These are by Amy Brown, and the deck is by Lucy Cavendish. So I saw this and I was like, I gotta have those cards. Like, I'm a huge Amy Brown fan. But let's go ahead and get into the reading. Also, if you are from Keen, or if you are interested in joining Keen and you want to get a reading with me, for those 3 free minutes, I'll send you the link. You'll sign up, and then you actually should be getting a follow-up email with me about bonus content that I have that I'm sharing only on Keen for September. This is something new that I'm doing too, because finally I have the time and the space to do it. And so I've decided to go ahead and do that as well, just for Keen. So 1 second here, guys. Just wanted to go ahead and make that announcement. And in most of my September content videos, I already shared the special content for October, or at least what I will be using in October. So just FYI. So give me just a second here, because I'm going to go ahead and pull 2 cards, 2 Fae Blessing cards. Now, Fae Blessings work as these are the blessings that you are receiving from the fairy realm that are already you can use in your immediate present, which honestly, sometimes, and with this Mercury retrograde, we're definitely going to need that. So show me, please, my beautiful Sealy Court. What are the blessings that we have coming through for Virgo? Okay, I don't take reversals with this deck because you're not supposed to read them. So that just means that is not a blessing, because you're not, it's most likely one of 2 things. Either A, it's not ready for you, or B, you haven't prepared yourself for that blessing yet because you haven't learned something quite yet. So that's not, I don't like to put the blame on clients. So let's just think of it as it's just not ready yet. Okay, it's not ready yet. It's still cooking. So show me, please, one more blessing. Oh, I said one more. Y'all keep doing that to me. It's okay. I'm going to take this one. And this one I will cover for you, Virgo. It's kind of a extra little birthday spiel. But I did want to go ahead and go into the blessing of the elf locks. So this actually has to do with hairstyling. It doesn't seem that relevant, but and at first, when I first pulled this card, I was like, how is that a blessing? But think about it. Everybody loves luscious hair and luscious locks, but this is about not necessarily wearing your hair up. It's about wearing it in unique styles that do express yourself, but also that it has to do with individuality. But notice how, like, she's got braids and then she's got her hair half up and down. So it's kind of meant to be like that, like, again, freedom to express. Like, I like to think of, and a long time ago, I used to, when I had very, very long hair, I would style it like, from the fantasy series, like Daenerys Targaryen and the braids, and I would do the Éowyn hair from Lord of the Rings, and I felt very ethereal when I would do that. And this card is like that. Now I have short hair, and when I did actually try it with my short hair, my little long bob, it actually paid off, and I know the Fae liked it because when I put my hair down the following day, And sometimes the fae will take your hair and they will get it severely knotted, like to either where it you pull it out or you have to cut the knot out. Um, and I or they'll just it's almost like they tease it while you sleep is what I like to think of it. But this is meant to kind of connect you to this beautiful elven folk. You know, the elven folk are very, for me, I feel they're ethereal. But when I look at them in terms of the Witcher, they're no different than us. The only difference is they have the pointed ears and they are more connected to nature. They're excellent hunters, but they also kind of still have this beautiful kind of beauty to them. And I feel as though that is an extreme blessing to have this month, because this month is going to be hard on everybody. And, you know, when Mercury retrograde is hard, I notice for me, it doesn't necessarily take a lot to kind of make me look a little run down in terms of my looks. Um, because I get all the time, people think I'm like 18, 20 years old and I'm like 30 because I took care of myself when I was younger. And even when I'm sick, you know, I still get that response after all this time, after coming away from all of my major health issues. And so I think it's actually a good card to get for you, Virgo, especially because it's your birthday season. So it's like the elves really want to work with you, and the elves are connected, highly connected to the earth plane, to Mother Earth. All the Fae are, but I would say especially the elves. Um, in terms of like I said, because of the hunters. Also, she's wearing a lot of green. I don't know if y'all can see all of that green. Look, she's even got a fishtail braids. I love fishtail braids. They're so beautiful and they're very intricate. You can do Dutch or French too if you know how to do them. Or basket weaving. That one's a hard one, but I've tried. Or waterfall. Ooh, that'd be so pretty. So maybe like this is for you guys to, you know, do for your birthday, a little something for yourself, get your hair done for your birthday. But we do have the blessing of the mothers. Now, this is interesting, Virgo, because this is a time where it's about creation and birth. And the mothers in this deck, when I have worked with this deck, and this card has pulled out, it talks about how we have to connect back to our community, but also how the mothers are listening. They're with us, the fairy mothers. They're listening to our wishes, our thoughts, our dreams, and they're willing to kind of embrace them and bring them into the manifestation of reality. I kind of, it's almost like they wanted to do the fairy godmother card with this, but instead they left it as the fairy mothers. And because the way I read about it in the book and when I've worked with this card, it's almost how it comes about. But, you know, also this has to do with time and dreams. So if you're having now dreams in terms of your daydreams, not dreams in terms of your night. Okay. Because there is a card in here with this deck about nighttime dreams. That is not the same thing as this one. This is solely just for you about your daydreams that you want to turn into reality, real wishes. So I like to think of daydreams and wishes as the same thing because it's almost like when we use it to escape, but then sometimes we wish it would become real, you know, when we daydream. So the fairy mothers are here, and also, they're kind of celebrating your birthday because they stay with us from when we are going through the ethers to all of our lives, even when we pass. The Fae are with us. So just kind of thinking of that, it kind of is comforting. And for anybody who doesn't have a mom to celebrate their birthday with, you can celebrate, I mean, of course, with yourself, but you can also, you know, bring these fairy mothers into your realm. And of course, you'll, if you do that, you'll want to like take the proper precautions and ask and invoke the Sealy court under the goddess Freya's command to come in and help be around you, bring the magic. Also, they really do help bring in this essence of magic of the life force because we all, in a way, come from mothers and we connect to our mother through the life force, right? Because they give birth to us. And it's a special connection. But here, this is a different type of bond. You know, these are the mothers that they oversee all of the younglings in the fairy realm, and they not only oversee them, but they help nurture them, they grow them, they bring in this beautiful, sorry, really? Who is that on the motorcycle? Sorry, I'm like, they're ruining the movie. Oh my gosh. Sorry, like, I don't know if you just heard them. They finally left. But dang it, I broke my chain of thought. Y'all, oh, this is what I was going to say is their importance in their role, but also how they play in community. Because again, mothers are nurturers and they nurture our community. And if you need some type of mothering right now, in terms of like maybe you feel lost and lonely, this is the perfect, I would say this or Mother Isis. I actually did an Isis Oracle deck reading solely for your birthday, Virgo, where I pulled 2 cards. She is a mother as well, and also does, she has us work through unconditional love. But if you kind of need that nurturing now, definitely work with the mothers of the fairy realm. And then lastly, we have the gift of sharing. Now, this is a card I have only worked with one time, and I gotta be honest, I was like, why did I get this card when I pulled it? But it talks about, because I was like, I always share, but it didn't mean like me sharing. It meant others sharing resources to me. So it's interesting. You kind of got this awesome blessings. And also, if you feel like times are hard, ask and invoke the Fae to bring you your Fae blessings. They will. They will. If you ask them correctly, don't just go asking and demanding things and thanking them, because that's not how the Fae works at all. So if you've been on this channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're new and you're watching this, it's different. The Fae are like a partnership in terms of like how they view us. They don't like to be thanked. It's not a thing for them. They do, however, will accept offerings. They like shinies, like little pennies or dimes or rings, things that sometimes they like mirrors or silvers. I've known they've taken plenty of coins from my house, and then like they'll magically reappear if I'm like, yo, I need rent money. And then they'll be like, I'll find like coins the next day. Like, really, y'all? But they're excellent at sharing resources too, not just money. Even though the Fae are quite lucky when it comes to money, I don't know if this month that will actually prove itself, just because it's a Mercury retrograde. I could see them kind of bringing you like fast cash if you needed it. Maybe, depending on how much you need. Because I've seen it to where, like, for me, when I've worked with them and I needed fast cash, they will bring in the exact amount that I asked for, not over and not under, or they'll get it as close if they have to go under. So let's say I asked for $55, okay? They might bring me 50 or 53. You see what I'm saying? So they get it as close as possible. And whenever I have noticed they have to go under a certain limit, they'll give me a different additional resource. So, like for example, someone will give me an egg, or I've had it to where people give me random things that like I can use in my everyday life to eat on or use in the car, like for my phone, like things like that. And it's about the same week that I asked from the Fae to help me. So just kind of, if you want to thank the Fae, go to a 4-way stop that's safe, of course. Do it in a safe space, like a quiet neighborhood or something like that, and give them milk. They like milk and honey, like together, heated. I give mine warm milk and honey as a thank you. And make sure it's fresh milk. Okay. If it's a day old, I'd still say it's fresh, but don't go past that. Just because it's offerings to them. You don't want to insult them and give them bad milk or sour eggs or shit, like, things like that. So just kind of pointing that out. Other than that, Virgo, please make sure to join me on Keen. I'm gonna leave the links for the content that I already made for Keen, in terms of the videos, already down in the description box below. So you can just click by and click the content that I already have for your birthday. Other than that, I love you all so very much. I will see you next month. Happy birthday, Virgo. I will talk to you later. Bye.